let's meet the starters. First for the Titans of Wisconsin, Oshkosh. In goal, wearing number 12, a sophomore from Wheaton, Illinois, Nick Berry. Number 2, a sophomore from Verona, Wisconsin, Alex Holmes. Number 6, a freshman from Lindenhurst, Illinois, Jonathan Staley. Number 9, a junior from Verona, Wisconsin, Ryan Hanna. Number 10, a senior from New Berlin, Wisconsin, Paul Marks. Number 11, a freshman from New Franken, Wisconsin, Sean Bollinger. Number 15, a sophomore from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, Danny Coben. Number 16, a freshman from Burnhamwood, Wisconsin, Paul Messerly. Number 18, a freshman from New Berlin, Wisconsin, Evan Krause. Number 19, a sophomore from Port Washington, Wisconsin, Danny Carrolls. And number 25, a junior from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, Ryan Redmond. The Titans are coached by Vitsa Molinar. And now the starting lineup for your Wheaton College Thunder. In goal, wearing number 1, a senior from West Chicago, Illinois, Ryan Seeger. Number 2, a sophomore from West Chicago, Illinois, Stephen Fernandez. Number 3, a junior from Germantown, Tennessee, Joey Lynn. Number 4, a senior from DeWitt, Michigan, Dan Pavlak. Number 11, a sophomore from Urbana, Illinois, Adam Blackman. Number 12, a sophomore from St. Charles, Illinois, Noah Anthony. Number 15, a junior from Palatine, Illinois, Josh Clark. Number 20, a junior from Holt, Michigan, Kevin Skinker. Number 22, a junior from Yucaipa, California, Chad Musgraves. Number 25, a freshman from Libertyville, Illinois, Marshall Hollingsworth. And number 27, a freshman from Western Springs, Illinois, Elliot Borge. The Thunder are coached by Dr. Mike Giuliano. At this time, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Get everything underway. Ryan Seeger, Stephen Fernandez, Joey Lynn gets the start in center mid for the Thunder. Dan Pavlak in the back, Adam Blackman, Noah Anthony, Josh Clark, Kevin Skinker, Chad Musgraves, Marshall Hollingsworth, and Elliot Borge round out the starting 11 for the Thunder. This ball played over the midfield stripe as we're underway. The initial sequences of the battle between the Thunder and the Titans. Ball rolled out near side on the feet of Danny Carrolls. Carrolls trying to sprint his way on his right foot toward the corner of the box, being fronted there by Noah Anthony. Chad Musgraves now coming over for some defensive help too. Made a play into the back, turned around on the left foot of Evan Kraus. Kraus will retreat it all the way back into the defensive half, play it into the middle to Danny Coben. Coben goes far side, played by Alex Holmes there, punched back into the middle circle as the Titans continue to possess. Rolled in the back near side for Paul Messerty. So he's got the right defensive position. Header by Pavlak in the air, just shy of the 18. Here playing with the right foot, working around Pavlak is Jonathan Stanley. Now punched into the back, Borge up with it with a header. They continue to fight for it. Paul Marks now with the right foot. Marks brings it with the right foot, sends it in toward the frame, and Ryan Seeger, but it's a little high and wide. And it'll be a goal kick coming up. Sent in. Joey Lynn played it in the back to Dan Pavlak. Pavlak sends it far side for Kevin Skinker. Skinker helps it along the touchline, looking for Blackman. Not enough on it. Punch to the back, possessed by the Titans. Sent along that far side touchline. And the defense cleared away by Danny Coben into the Wheaton defensive half. Pavlak's there with the header. Now turn around, play at the feet of Danny Carrolls. Carrolls getting fronted by Lynn. Lynn wins possession to Josh Clark in the back. Clark helps it along that far side for Skinker. High pressure being applied by the Titans. It's ricocheted off of a Titan leg. It will be should be a Thunder throw. It will be, indeed. Skinker throws it in, gets it to Josh Clark. Skinker back to it now on his right foot is Clark. Back and forth it goes. Skinker wins it to Clark, plays it into the back for Pavlak. Pavlak's been nursing injury up to this point of this season, especially in the rib area. He's been able to battle tough and hang in there. This ball played a long touchdown and out of bounds, but because of that injury, he's been forced to come out on occasion, especially deep in the second half of games, unable to play the full 90, and that's due to his health concerns. They crop up during the game. It's tough to play that full 90 with the way that he's feeling. This ball's played into the middle, possessed there. Oh, a chance to turn around and shoot, but unable to do it was Jonathan Stanley. They do get deflection, though. And it'll be, looks like a corner kick for the Titans.
Titan corner kick.
Here in the 4th minute, it'll be taken and played into the back. Chance to punch it in from there. Possessed at the top of the 18, but Blackman step in, takeaway. Trying to send it all the way down from Marshall Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth making a sprint. Here's a forced header, but Hollingsworth does a great job to turn around and get possession. And it's played into the back. Hollingsworth a false step and fell down. No foul, though. Played back to the keeper, and the keeper's number 12, Nick Berry. Vitsa Molinar is the head coach of the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Dr. Mike Giuliano in his 6th season at the helm of the Wheaton Thunder. Of course, Dr. Giuliano coming over from Westmont University in Southern California. Here's this ball played into the Thunder defensive half. Steven Fernandez is there. Fernandez looking into the box now, just trying to shield it. Oh, but the ball's kept in play. Seeger comes off his line with a slide. Has to retreat quickly as it's loose outside of the 18. Now possessed at the top. Turned around by Ryan Hanna. Hanna plays it back. Punched into the top again. Lynn gets the deflection off a shin. And Anthony clears it. Got some top spin to it, but the Titans still possess in the Thunder defensive half. Skinker, a nice back heel foot clearance to get it to Josh Clark. He goes that far sideline up, but it ran itself out of bounds. Bunch in the Thunder defensive half again. It's being turned around now. Borge trying to make a step with it. Turn around the left foot of Sean Boulanger. Brought in. Boulanger streaking his way, and he's got some green. A good step, but a good pass. A chance to turn it around and maybe get a right-footed shot. That's what they're trying to do. Hanna working around Anthony, but Anthony blocked his attempt over the end line, and it'll be another corner kick.
Titan corner kick.
It will be a Thunder corner, or Titan corner kick, I should say, from the near side. Their 2nd so far of the evening. This will be a pure ball over the face. A chance to header. Oh, it was a header, but it got loose in the Thunder defense, and they'll clear it out off the leg of Fernandez and out of bounds. Cold, crisp night. Coldest night that we've seen yet in the early portions of this fall. It's only been fall officially for a couple of weeks since the end of September. But it got fall in a hurry here on the 5th of October. Ball played in the defensive half. Touch to turn around, there's a whistle. First foul of the evening goes against the Thunder. Set piece coming up for Oshkosh. Oshkosh coming in with a record of 5-1-3. Thunder 7-3-2. Here's a right foot, a low liner, and the one-man wall of Blackman was right there. Took a scoot its way into the top of the 18. Still loose, trying to turn it around against Joey Lynn. Lynn, a good slide to punch it over the end line. There'll be another corner kick. So the Thunder, who are accustomed to winning the corner kick battle, of course, have been on their heels a bit defensively, and the Titans have been the aggressors, and it's paid off for them. Their 3rd corner kick, and this time they retreated into the back, now sent in high over the face, trying to look for a running header, helped back into the middle. Oh, solid play as it's loose in the 6, shot in, but he was offside. Flag was up. Nice, solid, crisp play as that ball was played into the back, then helped in, and Ryan Hanna got a nice header to it, looking for a helping shot that got deflected, and Hanna did clean it up, put it in the back, but he was offside after making the initial header. So, still scoreless, 7 minutes in. Ball played again in the Thunder defensive half. Skinker's going to have to run down. On a cold night such as this, you'll see the players wearing those long sleeves, either draped over their fingertips or just wearing the mittens, as Hollingsworth's doing for the Thunder. This ball rolled into Hannah. Anthony's had to be on the defensive a lot working against Ryan Hannah in the early going. Hannah trying to dribble it in. Anthony's there. There's a whistle, though, and it's going against the Thunder, as the ball did roll out of bounds off of Anthony before it was played back in by Hannah. Be a throw in from there.
Stanley, be active!
They do. Get it into the box toward the sixth. Helped on header. Skinker with the right foot is able to clear it high out of the air. Coming on hard trying to win that header is Evan Kraus. Kraus can't get it. Now Hollingsworth retreating and come back and win it. He does against Kraus. Hollingsworth looks up the pitch. Now will dribble his way back into the middle. He's into the circle. Plays on to Lynn's. Got some man-on pressure to worry about and decides to roll it back to Skinker. Skinker trying to help it on. Again, not enough on it. Tipped away out of bounds. Thunder throw. Offensive half. Ball in that far side as it trickles its way in toward the box. Now turning around by Titans going the other way. Kraus plays it on up. Looks like to Marks over there. Marks bringing it in. Slides it up with the right hand looking for Hannah. Hannah's got it. Plays to Kraus on this near side. Kraus trying to track it down before it goes over the touchline. He does. Borge is over there. Now Musgrave's coming on with some pressure. Now at the feet of Ryan Redmond. Redmond sending it in toward the post, and a defensive header by Lynn is able to save that over there.
Corner kick.
Lynn is tripped up on the play as well, with Ryan Hannah being all over the field as the aggressor. It'll be another corner kick for the Titans. A little bit of local talent on the pitch as well for both sides. Nick Berry, the goalkeepers from Wheaton North High School. This corner kick played into the box, loose at the top of the 18 rather. Now trying to be held back in after the clearance. A grounded header by Blackman helps it on to Borge now. Possesses, rolls it near side for Anthony. Anthony touches the left foot, helps it along to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth wanting to bring it back into the middle. Does it nicely. Tries to go middle circle for Joey Lynn. A little too much, but Joey trying to come back on it. Hannah is able to force his way to win possession. A good through ball coming onside, but too much on it before sprinting Danny Carrolls could get to it. Ball kicked into the Thunder offensive half. Borge and Musgraves is over there, and Hollingsworth. Musgraves now on his feet. A few black jerseys there to worry about. He's dancing his way. Dancing, push to the turf. That's a foul. First one against the Titans of Wisconsin Oshkosh, and Anthony will set this one up about 40 yards shy of the posts. And the keeper, number 12, Nick Berry. Nick Berry's a sophomore. I mentioned he hails from here, his hometown of Wheaton and Wheaton North High. Anthony's got some orange jerseys in the top right corner of the box. The defense is there for for Oshkosh. This ball's sent in and headed away by the defense. Borge retreats with a touchback to Skinker with a left foot. Gets that high in the air, and you see some of the wind working with that ball, but Josh Clark has it at his feet to possess. Wanted to help it in for someone making a run. No one's at home, and it skips into the arms of Nick Berry. Berry bounces a few times on the pitch. He's got the gray keeper jersey, the yellow shoulders. Ball's headed around a couple times in the circle. Now Lynn comes back. Joey Lynn getting the start tonight. It's good to see. Of course, Nathan Jaspers, one of the regular holding mids for the Thunder, is out, still nursing that groin injury that he suffered at Loras College a couple of weeks ago, the 25th of September. Thunder will, it'll be a welcome sight when Nathan comes back on the starting 11. This ball's thrown in. Skinker getting to it in the defensive half, far sideline. Plays on up for Blackman. Back to Skinker. He chips it away. Hollingsworth trying to touch with his chest and possess to himself. He did for a brief moment. Now a flurry of orange jerseys trying to come back and win possession. One of them's Josh Clark, and he does. Rolls it near side for Noah Anthony. Anthony's got some man on pressure. Good touching around by Borge. He gets it back to Anthony. Musgraves was in the vicinity. Touched up with a right foot. Played in the Thunder defensive half. Fernandez directs a header away. Anthony trying to keep it in play, but it is out of bounds. And it will be an Oshkosh throw. Coming over to take it, Paul Marks, the defender. Marks firing it into the Thunder defensive half. Fernandez getting up with a header. Now is Musgraves. Borge, a left foot, sending in toward the midfield stripe. Hollingsworth is in the vicinity. Lynn coming back on the rebound. Turned away by Ryan Redmond. Redmond plays it into his back. Got the defense for Danny Coben. Coben serves it on up. Played into the Thunder defensive half. Working around is Skinker there, and now it's touched away and out of bounds. It will stay possession with the Thunder. Clark will take a throw. Retreats it on back for Skinker. Kevin has some room. Advances it on for Josh Clark. Clark working around Redmond. Now fires it back in toward the top of the 18. The first one there is Marks, though, and he gets there with a header. Coming up in the air. There goes. A flag is up in the air. We'll see what they got. Perhaps a handball against the Thunder of some sort. But it'll be a free kick for the Thunder. Straight up at the midfield stripe. Pavlak will be the one to mark it and take it. Right at the edge of the middle circle at the midfield stripe. Got Fernandez to his left, and he'll just play it right on up for Marshall Hollingsworth. Touches behind. Now comes back. Marshall looking to advance to Borge or Blackman, whoever got there first, and it was really Oshkosh that did. Lynn retreats it into the back for Fernandez as he brings it back over across the midfield stripe. Musgraves trying to dummy it on, instead possesses and helps on to Anthony. Anthony in toward the corner, steps over once, will try to beat his man to the end line and cross it from there. He does. He gets a foot to it. Rising under to the goal. Score! Blackman gets it for his 7th goal of the year. A team best off the assist from Noah Anthony. That's seven, yeah. Adam Blackman was in the right place at the right time, and once again, it's the Anthony Blackman connection. Puts the Thunder on top 1-0. In the 13th minute.
The Thunder goal, his 7th of the season, scored by number 11, Adam Blackman.
Make it the 14th.
The goal, the assist to number 12, Noah Anthony.
Anthony, another assist. Wow. So Blackman, with the 5 goals as a freshman last year, he's taken up right where he left off, and he's got 7 already. This ball is loose for a brief moment, but Seeger gets to it at the top of the 6. Some kind of goal for Adam Blackman, a pure header. After Anthony stepped over, beat his man to the end line, and crossed it into the far post, and Blackman was there to finish it. Thunder lead 1-0, and that came in the 14th minute. We're into the 15th here. Here's Pavlak controlling in the middle circle. Plays it back for Fernandez. He booms one with the right foot into the offensive. Musgraves looking to win the ricochet. He'll just let it pass out of bounds. Anthony will take the throw to Fernandez. Steven advances to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth on his left foot plays back to Borge. A one-touch to Fernandez. Working on the left side now. Working in the offensive triangle. Hollingsworth back to Steven. Now he'll rifle one in toward the top of the 18. A high clearance with a header. Now once, now twice. Advanced the 3rd time by Oshkosh. They look to possess. Fernandez cuts off the momentum though. Rolls it over the midfield stripe to Borge. Borge thought about cutting in. Decides to play it back to Anthony. Noah's got it on his left foot. Changes direction. Now he's pacing with it. Rolls it on his right foot to Borge. And in the middle for Joey Lynn. Lynn in middle circle Pavlak. Pavlak being hounded there by Ryan Hanna. Rolled into the Thunder defensive again. Just shy of the midfield. Played over. Fernandez to Borge, to Fernandez to Musgraves. Chad now making a sprint into the diagonal. He placed it on up in toward the box for Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth wants to cross on his left foot, looking for a trailer. Oh, it's loose and headed over the end line. They got a touch to it by the keeper, Nick Berry. And all the defenseman could do was just clear it at the time before another charging Blackman had an opportunity to make a play on it. And it will be a corner kick on that far side, the first of the evening for the Thunder. Noah Anthony will run out to get it. Anthony and Musgraves along that far corner. Josh Clark is positioned at the far post from here. They'll play it. Anthony, quick touch to Musgraves. He'll get it back to Noah as he dribbles into the 18. Decides to shoot. Oh, and it's blocked. Cleared high outside toward that far sideline. Good positioning by Oshkosh, getting them found that way. Again, we saw that play run numerous times down at Webster University in that St. Louis trip. And though the Thunder are unable to punch that one into the back of the net, they've shown that play has had a lot of promise and potential. Now the counterattack is coming. There's a ball possessed here. Drilling toward the top of the 18, working against Anthony. He'll decide to shoot from there and getting a foot to it. Off that shot was Jonathan Stanley. He's a freshman on the starting 11 pitch from Lindenhurst, Illinois. But his shot was too high. Well too high. That'll be a goal kick for Ryan Seegers. He positions at the top 6. It's the 23rd meeting in the all-time series between the Thunder and University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Wheaton holds a 14-6-2 record in the overall series. Last year, the Thunder did win 1-0. That was up at Oshkosh in the great facility that they have up there. Also serves as a football field and women's soccer and men's soccer. Here's this ball rifled in the defensive half, turned around. Off the foot of Messerly. Over the midfield stripe comes Musgraves to collect. Chad's got some man-on pressure from Hanna. Will retreat it to Pavlak. Pavlak, left channel now. Fernandez in the back. Fernandez advances up to Elliot Borge. Elliot on his right foot. Glides his way into the middle circle. Working against Redmond from there. Now fires far side. Blackman. Blackman helping it on. Good rise in possession by Clark. Trying to help it on for Hollingsworth, whose directional header, not enough on it. And it's picked up by Nick Berry. Good idea, though, from the Thunder. Here's Hanna making a touch with the right shoulder, trying to sprint his way past Steven Fernandez. Fernandez shouldering him off the ball. It rolls over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Thunder. Good defensive marking up by Fernandez, not allowing Hanna to turn the corner on him and get an angle at the net. Seeger will collect and put it back on the 6 for another goal kick. Thunder up 1-0 here early in the match between the Titans and Wheaton. Goal from Adam Blackman on a cross by Noah Anthony when he was deep toward the end line. Bent it in, and Blackman was there to finish with a header. It's Adam's 7th goal of the year, and here he is trying to fight for the ball this time, and he's called for a foul. And it'll go the other way. Oshkosh will have a free kick there, defensive half. The Thunder have a total home winning percentage of 76.4% right here at Joe Bean Stadium. Here's Borge rising for a header. Knocked to the turf, gets back up, whistle blows before Musgraves could come over to possess as Josh Clark called for a foul. Ryan Redmond coming crashing to the turf. But for the Thunder, 101 wins. So that win against Principia College and that Bob Baptiste Invitational was the 100th program win at Joe Bean Stadium. Bouncing over. Oh, there's another foul as Borge is called for it this time. Alex Holmes, the sophomore, was dribbling his way through and got tripped up. So a set piece now from about 35 out for Wisconsin Oshkosh. 3 black jerseys. Going to try to set up a play. 2 more at the top of the 18, and then Ryan Hanna isolated with Noah Anthony on the right side of the 18. 3-man wall, or 4-man wall for the Thunder. This ball will be just chipped in, but it's deflected off of Hollingsworth, and here comes Seeger to race out and collect. Ryan will roll it quickly out to Skinker, leads him a little bit, and Kevin collects, gets it to Clark, wanted on a helping ball looking for Blackman. It's turned around. Sent into the defensive half. Pavlak there, possessing to Lynn. Lynn looking for Blackman, another through. Headed away by the defense. Now Josh Clark trying to keep it in play with the right foot. Pushed off the ball, deflected off of a Titan. Out of bounds. Thunder will possess. Homecoming weekend continues tomorrow, of course. Early in the morning, 10 a.m. It's the renaming ceremony of the new baseball field complex as Hollingsworth does a great job to possess. Gets it up Musgraves. Musgraves has one chance to get it past the keeper, but a good come out in time by Nick Berry to deny Chad the chance. Hollingsworth did a great job to block a chance to clear and possess to himself and send a through ball up for Musgraves. Hollingsworth's one-man effort is never overlooked. Here's Anthony and Musgraves now on the near side corner. Anthony will just take it himself and send it in as he bends it toward the far post. Pavlak looking to win a rising header. Here's Hollingsworth, dances his way around one man, now another as he tries to cross. Still will retreat it back to Clark, who will cross it back in. Troubling out, charging keeper. It's loose at the top of the 6. And coming back to make the play here is Anthony to collect. About 25 yards out now. Anthony will turn around on his right foot. He's hounded by Reynolds over there. by Redmond. Sent on up to Hannah on the near side. Still defensive half, so the Thunder trying to keep the high pressure. And played back to Marks. Marks on his left foot looking for Hannah, but Anthony cuts it off. Anthony boards, directs a header to Clark, directs another one over to Joey Lynn to win possession. Lynn speeding around on his left foot, getting in front of a clearance off of Marks, looking for a deflection, but it'll be a Titan throw. 22nd minute here at Joe Bean Stadium, 23 to go. In the first 45, Thunder lead at 1-0. Thrown into the Titan offensive, looking for a through to the middle, but Josh Clark was right there to intercept. Retreats into Borge, sends it on up for Kevin Skinker. Skinker to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth back over the midfield stripe it goes to Pavlak. Pavlak turns it around, retreats it on back to Josh Clark. Josh Clark quickly with the right foot, looking for Musgraves, but Marks will get to it first. A good step by Borge to initially deflect, and Redmond retreats and collects for the Titans into the defensive half, and now the offensive. Pavlak, good job to cut it off and send it over. There's a whistle, though, as the flag was up for offsides, I do believe, and it'll be a free kick. Yep, free kick for the Thunder. Halfway through the first half. Here at Joe Bean, Thunder by a goal at 1-0. Wheaton, only 3 home games for the men so far this year, and they've won all 3. The 2 in the Baptista Invitational and the 1 against Calvin. Here's Josh Clark. He was pushed in the back after looking to win that 50-50. And it'll be a free kick for the Thunder, and chance to strike as well from here, just about 40 yards out. Well, less, probably more, close to 30 than 40. Anthony is the man to take it with his left foot. Low liner, scoots its way, looking for the far post. It's headed back in toward the top of the 6. Falls once to the turf. Hollingsworth cuts it away. Hollingsworth now far corner. Dribbles and dances around one man. Looking to play itself back in toward the 18. Still possesses over there. Good fight by Marshall down. Now it trickles its way over the out-of-bounds line. And last touched by the 25 in orange. Now a little bit of pushing and shoving going on that far sideline between Hollingsworth and the defense for the Titans. And Oshkosh will have a throw in their defensive half. Thunder looking for that second goal, and if they can get it, it bodes well for them. Since the start of 2008, the Thunder are 39, 3, and 4 when scoring at least 2 goals. Here's the ball, nicely done. The Titans have a chance to strike. Helped back in toward the middle. Fernandez cuts it off. Now Seeger will have to come up and scoop it up in the 6. Defense for the Thunder is played nice and compact. I've done a nice job, and Seeger's read everything well so far to this point. This ball played in the Wheaton offensive. Musgraves trying to make a play on it. Now rolled up, Skinker in the defensive. Kevin steps over with the right foot, works his way back middle circle. Plays it on the left foot from Musgraves. Musgraves man on pressure with Marks. Musgraves on the right foot trying to chip it through in the direction of Josh Clark. Chipped high into the air with the defense. The deflection comes back down on the leg of Musgraves. Good job to be able to chop it down and collect. Now deflected going the other way. Fernandez quickly cuts it off, and he had to run into a man in order to make the play, but he was able to do it successfully. Trying to keep it in play is the number 10 in black, Paul Marks, but unable to do so. Rolls out of bounds. Anthony will have a throw in at the midfield stripe near sideline. Plays it in for Borge. Borge can't possess, though. Instead, Evan Kraus, the freshman from New Berlin, Wisconsin, makes the play and gets a good through ball to Hannah. Oh, and a good slide by Anthony to get possession from Hannah over the end line. It'll be another corner kick, though, for the Titans. We'll have our first substitutions of the match coming in here.
Number 7, Chris Kurth.
With under 20 minutes to go.
Becker, and number 27, Levi Corbeil Wild.
Chris Kurth, Hans Becker, and Levi Corbeil Wild will enter the game. Kurth, a junior from Green Bay. Hans Becker, a sophomore from Madison, the capital. And Corbeil Wild, freshman out of Minneapolis. This corner kick being played in shallow. Touched away by the Thunder defense, though. Musgraves now splitting his way back in. Still in the defensive half, trying to be played back in by Coben. Coben on his right foot, slides it on up for newly entered Chris Kurth, the junior. Plays it near side for Marks. Marks trying to go back with Kurth, being shoved off the ball by Clark. Kurth controls to possess toward the end line, and then it goes trickling on and over Ryan Seeger, goal kick coming up for Wheaton. University of Wisconsin Oshkosh, of course, coming out of the WIAC, Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. And last Saturday, they defeated UW Superior 2-0, so they're coming off a victory. In fact, they haven't lost in any of their last 6 contests, 3 straight victories heading into tonight's match. This ball now played in toward the middle of the box, but charging out to make the play on it, Nick Berry. So 3 straight victories after 3 consecutive draws have Oshkosh sitting at their record of 5-1-3. For a total of 9 matches played, the Thunder have played 12 matches so far up to this point. Here's Marks in the offensive half for the Titans. Looks to chip it on in the direction of Hannah, looks like. Hannah turning it around. Or excuse me, that's Hans Becker. Becker playing it toward the top of the 18, looking for Kurth. Kurth and Skinker working one-on-one against each other there in the 18 box. It's off of Kevin. Out of bounds for a throw for the Titans. Comes in toward the 18, making a play on it is Corball Wild. Still in. Now this ball rifled in towards Seeger, and that's had some mustard on it, but Seeger able to drop it down to the turf and collect. Bring it to his chest without letting it go. Here's Borge in the defensive half. On the outside of his left foot. Rolls it back for Fernandez. Into the middle for Lynn. Chops it to Elliott. Elliott back in toward the middle. And Pavlak will be able to retreat and collect. So numbers 7, 9, and 8 for Wisconsin Oshkosh are manning the front line right now, following the 2 substitutions. Here's Pavlak with the right foot, trying to get it away out of trouble. He does for the time being. Titans possess, bringing back in toward the middle and retreats into the defensive half. Laid on the foot of Paul Messerly. Another freshman in the starting 11 for the Titans. Talented group. Ball rolled near side here for Noah Anthony. Anthony steps over with the left foot, chips it back with the right to Fernandez. Stevens surveys the scene, comes back and will play to Noah Anthony. Now Marks with some high pressure, gets to Musgraves. Musgraves working around, gets a nice pass as he angles it to Borge. Borge steps over with the right foot, tries to help it on for Anthony. Touched off of Marks and out of bounds. It'll be a Thunder throw. And Wheaton will have its first substitution here in just a bit. Played into Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth on his left foot, still working around a man, trying to cross it in maybe from here. He's got some green and still will play it into the corner. Good dummy. His Borge tried to come up with a right-footed strike as Musgraves let it pass in to Elliott. And Elliott's strike
Number 9, Stephen Gold.
looked a little thin off this crisp, cool night here. Stephen Goltz enters the ball game. Of course, Stephen unavailable for that Carthage match due to the 2 cautions that he picked up against North Park. One by the conventional type, the other due to a handball in the box on one of the offensive possessions for the Thunder late in that game in Chicago. So due to the 2 yellows converting to a red, Goltz was unavailable for the following contest against Carthage. This ball's retreated all the way into the back. Goltz coming on with 1-man pressure, but it's able to be cleared easily by Nick Berry. Now into the defensive half, sent on up by Alex Holmes, but the first one's there, Fernandez. Fernandez gets to it with the right foot, and Borge continues to pass, brings it across the midfield circle, into Blackman. Blackman helping it on, looking for Clark. Goltz was also in the area, but no one making a run as it trickles its way into Berry's arms. Berry throws it on out for Holmes. Holmes in toward the middle, touched away by Redmond, but he comes back to possess, circling now in the defensive half and middle. Oshkosh down by a goal, 1-0. 14th minute goal, Adam Blackman, his 7th of the year, assisted by Noah Anthony. Anthony, his 7th assist, so those 2 have hooked up a few times this year, and now Anthony's 7 assists easily lead the team, and as do Blackman's 7 goals. We're under 14.5 to play at Joe Bean for the first half. Wheaton leads it 1-0. Trying to make it 2 wins in a row before going to North Central next Wednesday. This ball's popped in high in the air on that far sideline, touched away once, twice, and out of bounds. Thunder will have a throw. Skinker to take it. Coach Mike Giuliano, dressed in formal attire as he in 2012 coaching season, as opposed to the athletic garb wearing a season ago, and tonight that means a nice dressed down warm dress coat and a Thunder scarf. Classy move from Dr. Giuliano. This ball played in, looked to be a handball by Skinker, but it's not called, and we continue play. Right foot sliced in, chased to shoot from here with the left foot. Fernandez got in front and blocked it. Skinker helps it with the header, brings it to his feet, and with the right foot tries to clear. Can't get it past Chris Kurth. Now it's played on that far sideline, helped back into the Thunder defensive half. Flag is up though, and it trickles over the end line. And it'll be a goal kick for Ryan Seeger. 13 minutes for the first half. First, a substitution coming in, Jesse Klein.
Number 26, Jesse Klein.
So Adam Blackman having himself quite a week after he scored against North Park on the quick set piece right outside the box when North Park wasn't ready. Heck, none of the Thunder players were ready yet, but the referee and Blackman was, and he found an unprotected net, punched it in. That was the first goal of that wacky game. Now Adam possesses on that far side. Now he's got a couple of defenders to worry about. Still trying to fight for possession. Tripped off the ball. Gets it back again. Tries to cross. Instead steps over. Wants to cross it in again. What an effort by Adam Blackman. Finally a chance to clear at the top of the 18. And it's done so successfully. Pavlak directs a header to Skinker. Cuts it in with the right foot, now left as he cuts his way outside. Skinker continues to win possession, trying to hit Josh Clark with a through ball. Clark coming in hard against the defender, Paul Messerly there. Messerly sent to the turf, that's a foul against Clark. Pretty healthy crowd for such a cool, crisp night, of course, being homecoming weekend, and cool and crisp is a definite conservative way to describe the temperature in the forecast this evening. Easily in the lower 40s, probably in the high 30s here, and the wind whip it around a little bit. Another foul against the Thunder. Set piece coming up for Chris Kurth. He's got it on his left foot. Will send it on home. Chips it in. Got a good idea with it. Anthony clears it. Trying to come back out the top of the 18. Now Skinker with the right foot does get it out of trouble. Hollingsworth trying to turn around into the Thunder offensive half. Marshall does indeed get to it. He's shoved off the ball trying to get back to it. That's a foul. And it goes against the Titans. Messerly. So a free kick coming up. We'll stop the clock, and the lead referee is going to come talk to Hollingsworth here just to talk to him about his play. Marshall listens, explains his case. In any case, the Thunder have a free kick. Pavlak will take it and take it quickly to Anthony. Anthony into the back for Borge. Borge thought about going back to Fernandez and instead will come near side, and now he will go to Steven. He advanced it nicely for Clark, tried to direct a touch to himself back in toward the middle. Defense gets to it first though. Fernandez a header, and a header responds to it. Fernandez another one. Now just a high kick gets it out of play. And comes back the other way. Anthony throws it into Borge. Borge to Fernandez in the back. Steven with the right foot knuckles this one in the direction of Blackman. Blackman to Steven Goltz. Goltz will help it on toward Blackman on that far sideline. Adam cuts himself away once, now brings it back in. Oh, great piece of footwork to win it back. Blackman is on fire, possessing the ball on that far side. We'll see if he can't get something going and bringing something in closer to the post, so he already has one goal to his name. Cleared away by the defense into the middle circle. Fernandez is there. Hannah trying to come back on and win possession. Instead, Blackman gets to it, turns with the left foot, trying to get it toward Josh Clark. Clark does possess, right foot, now left foot sending it in toward Goltz. Cleared away by the defense. Back to the legs of Blackman, though, with the right foot, still about 25 yards out. Helps into the middle for Lynn. Lynn with the right foot goes far, or near side rather, for Anthony. He'll see if he beat his man sideline again. He steps over a few times, does indeed, crosses it in, though, and it's blocked by the defense. Anthony really likes to play with the ball down there and try to showcase his talent with the dribble. It worked to his benefit the last time, as he was able to convert a cross out of it that Blackman cashed into a goal. So a corner kick for the Thunder, and no sub yet, as we're at the 9.5-minute mark. Coming over is Blackman to join Anthony's corner kick. We'll have a couple substitutes for each side at the next opportunity. Anthony, left foot, gets it in, far post, looking for a header is Blackman. It goes away high and then cleared by the defense over the end line, looking toward that corner. And it'll be another corner kick, but first,
number 17, Brandon Vanderveen, and number 30, Mason Dooling. For the Titans,
of
number 4,
substitutions.
Scott Bergioni. And number 23, Danny Fisher.
So Scott Bergioni and Danny Fisher into the game. Mason Dooling, number 30, enters the game. Blackman and Hollingsworth come off the pitch for the Thunder. Here's Anthony crossing it in with another header. Coming in is Pavlak, not able to get to it. Now Borge trying to send it on home on frame with the left foot, but cuts it off high and wide, and well high and wide at that. Under 8 minutes, well, we're about 8.5 minutes away from the first horn, signaling halftime. Thunder lead 1-0. A goal in the 14th minute by Adam Blackman. Brandon Vanderveen also came onto the pitch as well, number 17 for the Thunder. He's a sophomore out of Wheaton Academy. Junior academically, sophomore athletically is Vanderveen. So he joins the front line with Mason Dooling on the far right, Stephen Goltz in the middle, and Vanderveen on the top left. Skinker, he's in the back, rolls it on for Dooling. Dooling steps over, brings it in play on that far sideline, gets Joey Lynn. Lynn helps it on. Clark tried to feed Dooling, and Dooling does indeed recover and get to it. Feeds Skinker. Skinker on the far side, trying to help it on. Dooling gets to it. Now Clark a one-touch along that far sideline. Mason in chase. The defense gets to it first and helps it all the way back to the keeper. Oh, it's still loose for a brief moment. And Stephen Goltz coming hard against the keeper. Trying to help this one on to Vanderveen was Anthony, and it gets past him and out of bounds. Throw-in coming now. Possessed by Kurth. Kurth chips over once, and Kurth a good left-footed kick. Try to find Danny Fisher. Fisher tracks it down, working against Anthony. Now Fernandez comes over as defensive help. Touched away, out of bounds. It will be a Titan throw. Coming up on 7 minutes. This ball's loose. Vanderveen comes over, tripped up, foul. And that's the 26 in black, Jesse Klein, the senior. And unfortunately, Vanderveen is still on the turf after taking that hit and sustaining it. But he'll be able to limp it off. Looks like he's going to have to warm up a little bit, stay loose. Played up to Borge after the free kick. Into the circle for Lynn. Lynn thought about dropping it back, but read Kurth nicely and instead brought it forward. Far sideline for Skinker. Skinker on his right foot advances to Clark. Clark thought about the one touch, decided to possess to himself, though. Flurry of opponent jerseys there. Clark now circling once and dancing with it, trying to split a double team. Coming over to cut him off, though, is the 25. Redmond cleared it almost out of bounds, still kept it in play, deflected around a couple. Here comes the keeper out to make a play on it, Nick Berry, and he slides and picks it up clean. 6:15 to go for the first half. Thunder by a goal, 1-0. High boot this time. Just into the Thunder defensive half, takes one bounce to the turf. Now another. Here comes Clark and Lynn. Coming over hard is Josh Clark, and it's a clean play as both players spilled to the turf looking for the ball, as Redmond was in the middle of it as well. Here's Vanderveen trying to chase down a through. Turned around, though, by Messerly to the near side for Klein. Klein advancing it up. Fernandez was able to spot it down. Gets a header to it. Played into the back by Fisher. Fisher turns it around to his teammate Brugioni, who also entered the game a few minutes ago. Brugioni takes a tumble out of bounds as he tries to slide and keep it in play, and his kick puts it over the end line. It'll be a Ryan Seeger goal kick coming up. Thunder still on the CCIW schedule. North Central, Augustana, Illinois Wesleyan, and Milliken, after they've already played Carthage and North Park University. Taking this throw-in on the offensive half will be Jesse Klein. Klein steps into it and gets one. Turning around is Anthony. Along that far side, touched away out of bounds. It will be a Thunder throw. Anthony will take it. Final 4:50 of the first half. Titans did a good job to win time possession, really, in that in the early portions of the first half, those first 10 minutes. But since then, the Thunder have done a good job to stay on the offensive. The cross looking to come back into the middle is deflected. Now Clark does possess, tripped off the ball. Able to come back and win possession, though. Helps it on near side Vanderveen. Vanderveen with a left foot plays into the middle for Stephen Goltz. Try to help it near side. Spit it a little bit off the outside of his left foot, though. Cleared into the Thunder defensive half. Pavlak cuts it down with a header, but coming back on is Fisher. Fisher, with his right foot, will try to help it all the way back. The wind's going to play with this one, though, and send it over the end line. Seeger, another goal kick to come up. If you remember earlier in the year, we just look at the goal totals around for the Thunder, and Josh Clark is second on the team with 4. Oops. Looks like we'll have a caution for the Thunder. It looks like it was going to the Thunder bench and Coach Giuliano. If there's something about the number of soccer balls that they have on the sideline or something, not sure exactly what it was, but it was a caution against Giuliano. Yeah, here comes a counter the other way, looking for a through ball. Skinker trying to cut it down. It's played in toward the 6, and Seeger will be there.
Number 17, Brandon Vanderveen, has been cautioned.
So it will be Vanderveen, though, that gets the caution. Not sure what exactly that was about, so it was Vanderveen. Here's Skinker now, bringing the ball down to himself across the midfield stripe. Skinker into the back for Pavlak. Pavlak sitting it on up, looking for Stephen Goltz. We're under 3 minutes now. This ball falls once to the pitch. Now falling outside the circle to Fernandes. Fernandes on his left foot, plays up to Vanderveen. Vanderveen plays behind the boards, and Brandon goes down, and he's fouled by Jesse Klein. So a chance to strike here, about 35 out. Noah Anthony will take a set piece. Instead, he'll just play quickly to Borge. Borge brings his way into the middle, trying to find a through ball, looking for Stephen Goltz. Stephen Goltz is there. Oh, he turned it around with the left foot and sent it well wide. But he had the right idea.
Number 23, Trevor Adams. Just a reminder, the concession stand is open under the football
So the Thunder,
stand,
who
so
had a
not
chance
chocolate.
right there at the opportunity to piece something together with an against the grain, if you will, type of goal, or type of set piece, rather. As Trevor Adams enters for Vanderveen, who had a couple falls to the turf and a yellow card during his minutes out there in the first half. Here's Josh Clark, bringing it in toward the middle circle, gets it to Borge. Borge turns around with the right foot, sends it far sideline, looking for dueling. Blocked away with the header of the defense. Played back in the tight defensive half. Retreated on back. Stephen Goltz coming with one-man pressure. And here's Kurth. Kurth dropping it on back to his teammate Brugioni. Brugioni brings it across, plays it far side, or near sideline, I should say. Cross back in toward the top of the 8th, looking for Kurth. No one at home. Here's a chance for a high kick. Yep, it was indeed a high kick. And a whistle against the Titans. Free kick for the Thunder. They'll take it quickly. Final 90 seconds of the first half. Wheaton by goal, 1-0. Anthony advancing on up. Stephen Goltz trying to turn around. Oh, and he's going to be called for being held by the 16 shirt, Paul Messerly. So Messerly's name's been called for a few of those fouls. And so the Thunder have a chance to set something up here in the final minute. Anthony will bring his boy back over, the lead referee, trying to tell him where to go, and he does blow his whistle.
There is 1 minute remaining in the first half.
So a flurry of orange jerseys mixed with some black up there at the top of the left-hand corner of the box from the keeper's perspective. Now Anthony will set it on home, looking for a runner. Out comes the keeper to Spirit, and he made the play. Good job by Nick Berry. The ball traveled a little too deep into the box for Berry's liking, and so he had to make a play. They want to counterattack in the game's final 60 seconds of the first half, and they got something working with the dribble into the 18, possessed by Kurth. Kurth trying to turn it around, drops it back for a teammate. Now Brugioni trying to chip it in for a teammate. Skinker turns it around, and the left foot gets to it, sends it high away and well out of bounds as it leaves the facility. And it'll be a Seeger goal kick, will be the final sequence of the first half. Thunder played a strong opening frame. A lot of
9,
first half position
8,
for the Thunder, especially
7,
in the final
6,
35 minutes.
5, 4,
We saw a lot of
2, 1.
chances for University of Wisconsin
That's the
Oshkosh.
first half. The Thunder lead,
In
1
that
W.
first half, especially in the opening 10 minutes, Ryan Hanna was working his
A reminder that the Thunder shop is open
stuff
at the end of the
working
grandstand.
his way to
Here's
the top of the 18
concession
have been some of the problems
Welcome
for the
Thunder
Thunder on
fans and Wheaton
defense.
alumni
But
to homecoming to
stat sheet, Blockman only had that one shot, and that was the goal. Anthony has a shot, Pavlak a shot, Musgraves a shot, Goltz a shot off the bench, and 2 shots for Elliot Borge. Of course, the assist for Noah Anthony as well. In the first 45 minutes, Nick Berry, the sophomore keeper that hails from Wheaton, Illinois, and Wheaton North High, made 1 save, also allowed the 1 goal, and Ryan Seeger also made 1 one save as well. Oshkosh was called for 8 fouls in that first half. The Thunder called for 6. And Wisconsin, Oshkosh led the corner kick in battle in that first half 5-4 with the quick 3-0 advantage. And then the Thunder got a couple of their own. 5-4 in that first half. And each team got off 7 shots. There was only one caution, and it was awarded to Brandon Vanderveen in the 42nd minute. All right, we're underway. Now the Titans of Wisconsin Oshkosh will move from right to left as we see it at the press box here at Joe Bean. The Thunder in their orange home jerseys to bright orange. Part of the orange and blue. Move from left to right. Ball being bounced around, sent into the defensive half. Advanced on Skinker, trying to clean it up with a header over there. Back in toward the 18. You got Kevin Skinker, Dan Pavlik also on the pitch. Pavlik directs a header back to Skinker, who has possession. Skinker advances it on with the right footer, chips it over the line. Now Clark back to Blackman. Blackman trying to feed Hollingsworth, speeding his way on through, cuts him off, man off. Here's a slide tackle, up ends Hollingsworth in the box, looking for a foul, and I don't know if they're going to get one. It looks like it'll be a corner kick. That was close to easily being a foul in the box, and ill-advised slide tackle on Hollingsworth, dancing his way in. So a quick corner kick for the Thunder. Anthony over there, and it's got another man, and he'll fire it in, looking for a header coming the other way. It's cleared away by the Titans. Now Musgraves possesses outside the box, helps it on to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth on his left foot loops a ball in for Musgraves, trying to cross it in, and collecting it, bringing it to the turf is the keeper, Nick Berry. Adam Blackman's 7th goal coming into the game. He was 6th in the CCIW in total goals in the conference. And Anthony was tied for the conference lead with 6 assists, so we'll see if this 7th plays to his advantage and going after the conference assists title. Not sure if that's something that people value or not, but we certainly do on our end, as Noah's on the board with assist number 7 already tonight. There's Blackman dribbling his way in, trying to cross this one in on the ground in the box, cleared away by the defense. Coming back to possess is Ryan Redmond. Redmond looking to turn around against Josh Clark, sends it upfield. Pavlik rising in the air for a header. Pavlik's played all 45 minutes and some so far here, a little in the second half. Ball played in toward the middle circle, turning around on a right foot, sending it into the defensive half, but Anthony comes and scissor kicks it to himself. Back to Joey Lynn, and Noah Anthony in the back. Tried to find a open Musgraves on that left side. Couldn't hit him, though. Played on that far sideline. Good job by Anthony trying to win it back. Splits double team. Trying to work around another man. Cut off, though, there by Sean Blonger. Slits away on that far sideline. Here's Margus with the right foot. Trying to keep it in play. Can't do it. And it gets touched away and out of bounds. And minute number 48 here at Joe Bean. In the back, it looks to be the original starting 11 for the Thunder, as was on the pitch to open the contest with Noah Anthony, Steven Fernandez, Dan Pavlik, and Kevin Skinker. Joey Lynn, Elliot Borge, and Josh Clark in the middle. Adam Blackman, Marshall Hollingsworth, and Chad Musgraves are the forwards. Into the defensive half for Oshkosh, sent in, now sent back over the midfield stripe. Trying to track something down, directing a header is Alex Holmes. No one at home, though. Coming back to the right foot for Skinker. He's got it, sends it out of bounds, as Blackman was looking for Skinker to put that over his head and give him a chance to run. Good backheel flick to win to himself is Evan Kraus, crossing back to the middle, but Skinker possesses, rolls it on up for Clark. Clark trying to find Blackman, instead will just chip it in Adams' direction. Tried to slide and maintain possession, couldn't do it. Back into Wheaton's defensive half, scoots over the head of Fernandez. Now Pavlik does a good job to hold off his man and come back and win possession of the ball. Blackman tries to touch it away, looking for Clark. Redmond is also there to shield Clark off, now sent back into the Thunder defensive half. Fernandez cutting it off, now here comes Seeger, exits the box with the right footer, clears it away. Redmond advances up the pitch for Kraus. Kraus, left foot, right foot, looking for it through to hit his teammate Ryan Hanna, and Hanna just can't get to it before it scoots its way over the end line for a goal kick. Opening 5 minutes of the second half. The Thunder and the Titans possessing for rather equal time in the initial portions of frame number 2. Month of October is going to be an exciting one for Thunder Sports. Not only do the soccer teams of the men's and women's soccer teams really get in the teeth of their CCIW schedule, and then the CCIW tournament for that first weekend in November that we're all looking forward to, but the football team as well. It's got big games like North Central and Wesleyan. Here's a right-footed shot that's blocked by the defense. Musgraves turning around and clears with the left foot. So the Thunder football team also will have to travel to Naperville to take on North Central. North Central's already dropped one game this year, their opening game, but since then have been unblemished. This ball is rifled into the defensive end toward the box. Pavlak gets it away with a header, and it's helped back over the end line, and it'll be a Seeger goal kick. So Mike Swider and his squad looking forward to that matchup with North Central, but first things first, they got to take care of Carthage this weekend tomorrow. That kickoff is at 1 p.m. here on WETN 88.1 FM locally, as well as WETN.org. We'll stream live audio as well as live video. Rusty Lindsay, Doug Rothschild will have the call as the Thunder return home for the first time in a long time. Of course, getting the win on the road at Augustana last week, 49-7. Here's the ball played along that far side for Musgraves. Chad dribbles his way back in toward the middle, drops it for Lynn. Lynn with a one-touch advances to Blackman. Blackman lets it go for Clark instead. Clark brings his way in toward the middle, slid off the ball. That's a foul. And it's going to be called against Alex Holmes. Lead referee dribbles the ball back over. He'll direct the Thunder to where it needs to be, as Wheaton will try to execute a set piece from here. Holmes called for the foul, didn't like it, but Clark did result in falling to the turf there and was able to sell it. Anthony and Blackman near the ball, and Noah will just keep it to himself. Lynn and Skinker playing behind. Blackman will circle and join his teammates in the box as we're ready to go. Anthony turns it in with the left foot in toward the post, and a really good ball actually, and used full extension for Nick Berry to keep it from going in. Berry's drop kick is a looper that nearly hits the lead referee, and a good through ball in toward past Skinker rather, but Skinker gets a right foot to it and clears it away just in time. Deep into the attacking third for the Titans. 38 minutes for the contest. In regulation, I should say. This ball's thrown in toward the end line. Skinker trying to work off his man. It's toward Kevin, still working around. Still possessed by Kraus, though. Brought in once, twice, sent in toward the top of the 18, but it's deflected by the defense. Lynn tries to direct a header to clear it. Coming back to retrieve is Redmond. He drops it all the way into the bag for Danny Coben. Back to Redmond in the middle. He's got Holmes near side, goes back to Coben. Coben advances on up. Skinker gets a right foot to it to keep it in front, though. Turned around by Redmond. Borge coming up to fight with him for it. We play on, says the lead referee. Redmond will play in toward the middle circle. Bringing it forward is Messerly. Messerly advances it on up. Turning around from there is Stanley. Stanley advances far side for Marks. Marks rolls it back into Messerly. Messerly approaches with the right foot, sends it in toward the frame. No one's at home. And now coming over to pick it up is Kraus. Will it go over the end line? Nope. Kraus will come back and retrieve in time. Good possession here by the Titans as Coach Giuliano gives verbal instructions. Kraus kind of trying to send something toward the top of the 18. No one's at home there. First person there is Josh Clark. Hollingsworth bends down to try to trap something to himself as he hits it high into the air and brought down hard to the turf by Danny Coben. Played back into the attacking half of the Titans. Here comes Hanna bringing it on the dribble to the top of the 18. Drops it for Marks with a left-footed strike toward the post, but it's high, and he had a look at it. Excuse me, that looked to be Stanley that time.
Wheaton Soccer would like to issue a welcome to all returning soccer alumni. And
so Stanley had a chance to turn it around with the left foot, slide it forward. Couldn't do it though. It's high of the frame. Stephen Mesko, a 2010 Wheaton grad and an alumni of the Wheaton soccer program. It's his birthday today, according to public address Rusty Lindsay. Happy birthday, Stephen. On the near sideline, the Thunder will have a throw. Blackman was going to take it, and he'll defer to Skinker. Yeah, the lead referee wanted to be sure that the Thunder knew where they were. And up into the air goes Hollingsworth, and he's upended and sent to the turf. Another foul against the Titans. And Alex Holmes. Free kick for the Thunder, and they take it quickly. Here's Blackman trying to dribble his way toward the end line, brings it in toward the box. He's got Clark to drop it back to if he needs. Instead, he just splits the double team, gets it off with the left foot. Directing a header is Hollingsworth, trying to keep it in play. Marshall somehow did, as he just plays with that ball down there and finally has it taken away and sent to the Thunder defensive half. Fernandez cuts it off and directs it over to Anthony. Anthony approaches the midfield stripe with his left foot, looking to slide it up for Borge, and it's a good one. Elliott was unable to possess, though, and took a false step and had to go off of him over the end line for another goal kick for the Titans. Now, lead referee now will have to come over and talk over to Coach Wheaton Molinar. The lead referee is calling Coach Molinar out. Wheaton explaining his points, the lead official explaining his, and you're too far away from the play. I have the best angle. Here's Blackman winning this header, looking for Hollingsworth to try to win possession. Directed a header all the way back to the keeper, Nick Berry. We've only had one caution awarded. That was to Brandon Vanderveen earlier in the first half. Berry will roll it out of the 18, now get a right foot to it. It gets caught up into the air, brought down toward the turf by Kraus, now sent forward, looking to get into the Thunder defensive line. Seeger's way off his line. His Hannah's going to come out to get to it. He might have a chance to shoot. He's being held. The whistle blows, and it's going to be just outside the 18, as it's going to be a foul against the Thunder. And a card to Joey Lynn, it looked like. So, big chance for the Titans to try to tie it up here. Caution to Joey Lynn. And it happened.
Wheaton's number 2, Steven Fernandez, has been cautioned.
So it looks like they'll give it to Fernandez. The lead score will say. It was Joey Lynn that reacted as if it went against him. In any case, best scoring chance of the night. Thunder putting up a 6-man wall. It's just at the very, very top and a little left of center. Kraus is there, as is Ryan Hanna. So who will take it, Kraus or Hanna, against the wall of the Thunder? Lead referee bringing the ball in play. Says we're ready, and here we go. The approach, and Kraus will kick it. He shoots and scores! Big time goal for Oshkosh. And we're tied up. Evan Kraus, a huge goal here with 34:08 to play.
In the game for the Thunder, number 5, Matt Hussey. A caution has been issued to the Oshkosh bench.
So Wisconsin Oshkosh has received a caution after the celebration, but we're tied up at 1-1. Here's Hollingsworth. Plays it back. Musgraves on that far sideline. Touched away as Hollingsworth comes up limpy after chasing that ball on that far side.
The goal, his second of the year, scored by number 18, Evan Krause. Krause with the goal, unassisted.
This ball played up, touched away, and out of bounds. So Evan Krause gets the credit for the goal, his second of the year, on the set piece after the foul by Steve Fernandez. And we're tied up at 1-1 in the final 33.5. Clark turning around, trying to help it on to Musgraves. Musgraves unable to possess, trickles into the box. And it'll be scooped up by the keeper, Barry.
Hey, we're in.
Barry drops a couple times, gets a right foot to it now. Sends it in toward the middle circle. Musgraves with his left foot. Borge rises in the air, looking to win the header against Krause, who just got the goal. Now the whistle blows against the Titans. Free kick coming for the Thunder, just into their offensive half. Wheaton and Oshkosh tied 1-1. Blackman with a 14th minute goal, and Krause for the Titans answers with one of his own. There's Clark, steps in, sends it in toward the 18, and coming over to collect is trapping it down to the turf. This is the keeper, Nick Berry. Nick Berry, 6'4", pushing 200 at 195. High drop kick here. Finally comes down. Hanna plays it into the back. Rolled on up, looking for a through. Chance to maybe get a shot off here as they're cutting it off, but a good step in, take away by Noah Anthony in the box. Great defense from Noah. Advances all the way and up into the defensive half of the Titans. Stepping forward and sending it away is Coben. Advanced to the Thunder defensive half. Rises high. Pavlak. Clark slides it away with a right chest touch, and there is a whistle for offsides against the Titans and Hannah. Snuck his way past, perhaps as well as Danny Carroll's the forward. Slid on up. Hollingsworth trying to find a streaking Josh Clark. Instead rolls all the way into the back and cleared with the right foot high and out of bounds by Coben.
Rusty. Nice game as a team.
So Coben slides it away. Here's Borge. Puts it back to Anthony. Touches on up from Musgraves. Chad turns it around, finds Borge again. Borge dancing with it. Elliott turns it around, circling once, now twice. He's got a couple old men on the far side. Matt Hussey, who's entered the game for the first time for Kevin Skinker, is on this near sideline, and it's touched away and out of bounds for a Titan throw. We'll have another substitution for Wisconsin Oshkosh.
And for the Titans, number 8, Hans Becker.
So here comes Hans Becker. Coming off the pitch is Danny Carrolls. So Becker re-enters for the ball game. Becker was on for the final 20 minutes of that first half, and now he'll be on the pitch for the majority of the final 31 of the second half. Ball's touched away, goes out of bounds again. Looks like the Thunder have another throw. Anthony to take it. Advances it forward. Finds Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth plays it near sideline. Looking for a teammate. Blackman now slid away by the Titans. Controlled by Hannah. Now helped on with a long right-footed boot. High into the air. Anthony is closest one to it. Directs a header to Musgraves. Musgraves touches high once. Now brings it down. Fernandez works around some pressure to Joey Lynn. Lynn maintains possession. Advances to Anthony as he dribbles his way over the midfield stripe on that far sideline. Noah continues to dance with it. Had it taken away by Marks. We go the other way, right to left. Long through ball looking for Hannah. And he... Nope, foul against the Thunder, looks like. That was Hannah, really, that was looking for his teammate Becker. Making a run up the pitch. Becker now at that center forward position. Left forward now. Free kick coming for the Titans. Get a right foot into it, and a good ball sent in toward the top of the 18. Headed once high into the air. Now Hannah trying to win it again. Helps back in. Chance to streak through and shoot. Seeger coming way off to possess. He loses it. Sent forward over the face. Whistle blows. Seeger was exposed. And it'll be a free kick for the Thunder. Under a half hour to go for the contest. We're on equal ground between the Thunder and the Titans. Checking in the next opportunity, Chris Kirk. Seeger, right foot into it. Clark trying to rise in and win a header. Now Blackman possesses. Adam brings it forward, steps over once, now twice, plays middle for Borge. Borge touches to Hollingsworth. Marshall with the left-footed chip, trying to find Musgraves in the corner of the box. Hannah comes over to possess. Hannah retreats it, trying to find a streaking Coben on that far side. He's tripped up. It's touched out of bounds. It will stay with the Titans. And Herbst will come back into the game.
Number 7, Chris Kurth.
Or Chris Kurth,
and for the Thunder, number 14, Jonathan Clark.
And here comes Jonathan Clark, the recent hero of the Thunder program. He got the winning goal. Credited to him after heading in a corner kick by Noah Anthony in the 82nd minute of the contest up in Kenosha. That was at Carthage a couple days ago, last Wednesday. Or this past Wednesday, I should say. Here's a throw-in coming into the back. Defense for the Thunder collects. Hollingsworth touches nicely to Clark. Clark turns around with a back heel flick. Hollingsworth tried to return the favor and get one back to John Clark. Just couldn't do it. Advancing in the Thunder defensive half. Fernandez comes up with it. Now John Clark on the right foot sends it into the middle circle. Turning around, bringing it back is Boulanger. Boulanger looking for a long ball to Hannah. Hannah does possess, trying to cross it in. His cross is blocked by Anthony. And out of bounds, there'll be a throw-in for Oshkosh. It'll be a long throw-in. Tried to be rifled in toward the box. Closest one to it is Anthony. He gets to it with the right foot. Now John Clark with the right foot clears it all the way away. Hollingsworth trying to maintain one-man pressure against his man. Hollingsworth still fighting for it, and it's finally cleared away. Touched toward that out-of-bounds line, kept in play along the far side touchline. Retreated back into the offensive half. Hannah gets up with it. Now it's being brought down for Anthony. Anthony touches into the middle for Pavlak. Pavlak slides up for Clark. Clark being shoved off the ball, tries to win it back. Josh does. Now feeds with the left foot, trying to hit Musgraves in down toward the corner. Chad steps over, keeps it in play. Chad now dribbles his way in toward the box. Musgraves drops it in for Clark. She puts it in with the right foot, trying to look for Blackman on a cross, but Adam just wasn't ready for it. Maybe reached out and didn't have enough extension to redirect it.
Into the Thunder, number 13, Mitchell Parr.
So
It says 2 minutes left until it's going to die.
Mitchell Parr comes into the game now. A substitute for the Thunder, and Mitch will take that left top forward. No, he'll be center forward, and Hollingsworth will be left forward with Blackman on the right, and Musgraves will exit. Get some congratulations. He's played a strong match. Hussey goes in the air to try to win a header. Now he comes back down with it to Joey Lynn. Lynn turns it around, gets it somehow through to Josh Clark. Clark stepped over, he's being tugged on, but possession is still won now by the Titans in Redmond, and it's being played now to Fernandez. Fernandez to Lynn. Lynn steps with the right foot, being shoved off the ball though, and possession coming from Becker. Hussey plays near sideline for Blackman. Lynn trying to go back to Blackman, off of the head of Alex Holmes, and out of bounds. Thunder will have a throw, offensive half. They take it quickly to John Clark. Clark spinning his way through the right side, wanted to cross it in. It's off of Redmond and over the end line. Corner kick for Wheaton. Substitute at the next available whistle will be the freshman Levi Corbell-Wild. So a corner kick for the Thunder here with 25-25 remaining in the regulation. We're tied at 1-1. Anthony is over there, as is Adam Blackman. Not much room from that corner for Anthony to work with, being a left-footed in-swinger from there. Both hands are up, though, and he'll send it forward. It's a low liner, helped in toward as it sails over the face and goes back over the end line. Goal kick coming up. Not a bad idea by Anthony. Snuck its way all the way through. Wasn't exposed for a bit.
Number 27, Levi Corbell-Wild.
Corbell-Wild will re-enter, and coming off of the pitch will be the Titans' most recent hero, Evan Krause. His goal has tied it up here. This ball in toward the middle circle. John Clark wins it, touches to Lynn. Lynn with the right foot retreats it on back for Anthony. Anthony's got some high pressure to deal with. Coming over is Corbell-Wild to make a touch. Levi getting to it with the left foot. Now Lynn cuts him off and plays it to Josh Clark. Clark streaks it, now sends it forward, advancing it toward Mitchell Parr's area. Touched away and out of bounds. Thunder will have a throw. Hollingsworth to take it. Hollingsworth's got those gloves on. He makes the throw in toward Clark. Touched away again by Corbell-Wild, out of bounds. Clark this time will take a throw as the Thunder continue to advance and edge up on the attacking third. Parr this time makes his way back to approach and chuck it home. Mitch does, sends it forward, looking for a helping header. Not there from Clark. Right to left coming the other way, hoping for a counterattack and a good through. Gets it to Ryan Hanna. Pavlak quick to come back against Ryan Hanna. Hanna cuts his way to the inside about 25 yards out. Now plays it to Redmond. Redmond on a right foot, now left foot, trying to hit a man coming across it toward the box was Sean Boulanger. And he couldn't get it to him. Slides it over the end line. Goal kick coming up for Ryan Seeger and the Thunder. CCIW opponents in common. Augustana played Oshkosh earlier this year on the 16th of September and battled them to a 1-1 draw. Here's Mitch Parr trying to make a change and track this one down at the top of the 18, but he's called for a foul working against Danny Coben. At the top of the CCIW right now is Illinois Wesleyan. They are 2-0. They're 9-1 overall, 9-1-0. So the Titans having a strong year down in Bloomington. Thunder will have to track down there during fall break that Saturday night when the Titan football team is up here and both men's and women's soccer teams for the Thunder will play down there on the natural grass surface, I should say, down in Bloomington that has seen better days. I'll tell you that much. Here's Anthony, rolls it in toward the middle for Lynn, defensive half for the Thunder. Joey plays sideline for Hollingsworth, retreats it back into the triangle for Clark. Back to Fernandez, advances it with the left foot. A good one, but stepping over to cut it off is Coben. Now Lynn blocked the attempt to get it back into the attacking half of the Titans and brings it rather into the offensive half for the Thunder. Lynn pushed off the ball and tried to send it for Hollingsworth, who he thought was going to make the run. And it's headed away, goes high into the air. Playing it now is Anthony. Sends it into the middle for Pavlak. Dan with the right foot, trying to find Clark. It works through a couple of Titan defenders. Somehow does find Josh before going to Blackman. Blackman has got some congestion to work with. Blackman turns it around on his right foot, sends it to John Clark. John into the middle for Josh. Josh on his right foot. Oh, good step and takeaway by Corbia Wild, the freshman. Sends it back into the circle. Cutting it off Fernandez with a header. Now plays to Lynn. Lynn rolls it near side for Hussey as he brings out an attacking line. Matt making a run. Now sends it crosses field looking for Hollingsworth. Not enough on it though, and as it's headed away by Paul Marks, the senior defender out of New Berlin. And coming back with it is the Thunder after the throw-in on the offensive half. Ball is loose, and Redmond gets a right foot to it, sends it high and away toward that far side touchline. Fernandez is there, as is Hollingsworth. Touched away once, now twice. Now Marks sets himself up with possession of the ball, working away that far side. Ball gets to it, a low liner, looking in the direction of Hans Becker. Ricochets around a couple of heads, and now brought back. The Thunder continue to have possession. Clark dummies it on, but it's going to be a long run for Hussey to keep it in play, and sliding to make the play is Holmes. Now Clark after the deflection. Josh brings it along with his right foot. Redmond pushes him down to the turf. No call there. No call for Josh Clark either. Redmond wanted a foul. Didn't get it. Played along that far side in toward the corner as Blackman tries to work it around. Adam does keep it in play. Works his way in toward the box. Adam now on his left foot. Turns it around. Will try to go end line. Shoots with the right foot. Oh, it's blocked by the keeper, and it's still loose in the mixer. Now it's coming out as a charging keeper. What an effort from Nick Berry to collapse on the ball and save the day for the moment for the Titans. Blackman did a great job to create an opportunity out of that and send it home, and Berry needed a good, strong effort to keep that in front of him. Not once, but twice he had to come out and collapse on it as it was free at the top of the 6. About 8 yards out, rather, on that play, but he was up to the challenge. 20 minutes remain in the contest here at Joe Bean, and this non-conference homecoming tilt between the Thunder and the Titans. Through ball looking for Hollingsworth. Will Marshall get to it? He does, and he earns a corner out of it as his cross is deflected out of bounds by Alex Holmes. So it'll be a corner kick for the Thunder. Anthony on that far corner will come over to take it. Hollingsworth being the far side forward will also come over. Two-man pressure looks like will be given by Marks and Boulanger. Anthony approaches, sends it in, a pretty good ball in toward the 18. Pavlak looking for a running header and gets the deflection off of it. Goes high.
Corner kick.
Will be another corner kick. We'll see if they try to vary the look at all with the consecutive corner. Pavlak has had a couple of chances to go for it. Dan working around, trying to get to possession. He rises in the air, header! Oh, and it sails wide. Looked like John Clark was in the vicinity there to try to send it home.
We gotta commit to it a little more.
Pavlak had overrun the ball looking for a chance there, but nevertheless, the Thunder still continue to go on the attack mode. We're tied here, 1-1, 18:45 remaining in regulation. Josh Clark rises for the header. It's loose. Blackman don't know where it's at. Comes back trying to win it hard with a sliding tackle. And it goes back and forth out of bounds for a Thunder throw. 40-degree night here, October 5th. Here's Mitch Parr trying to possess outside the box. Mitch has it up toward that end line, trying to keep it in play. Looking for Blackman. It's still kept in play. Mitch has it. Mitch on that far side or near side corner, trying to make a play on it. It's touched away and out of bounds. Now they're throwing, coming for the Thunder. Parr to take it. Parr advances. A good deep throw. A helping header in toward the box, but coming out to make the play on it is Berry. Thunder will retreat in a hurry, and Berry's boot hits Corbia Wild, but he can't possess. Not much of a boot from Nick Berry, really. He tries to make a possession kick there for the Titan squad, but they cannot possess. Play along that far side, rifled in toward the box. Coming out is Hussey, working against his man. Now Matt comes back out, trying to play it back in toward the middle, but their first one there to control is Boulanger. Boulanger rolls it near side for Corbia Wild, comes in, now to the near sideline for Chris Kurth. Returns the favor, hitting Becker. Becker back to Kurth. Kurth with the left foot, puts it back in toward the box. Hussey, right foot gets to it, and here comes Seeger to try to track it down, and he will just before it gets over the side of the 18. Still in safe territory. Pick it up with your hands for the keeper. Yeah, Ryan does just that. All right, the Thunder offense trying to find that late winner here as we're 17 minutes away from the end of regulation in the 90 minutes. Each side has a goal. The Thunder won in the first half. Oshkosh won in the second. That's been the scoring story so far. Tied at 1. Advancing on, Clark trying to step in, make a play on it. He was unable to keep the ball though. Now Lynn on that far side does keep it in play this time for, is that Anthony making a sprint up? Or, yeah, it is Noah Anthony, and he doesn't get any call after he was tripped up trying to keep play, making a run up the far side. So we'll have our first substitutions now of the second half.
Into the game for the Thunder, number 27, Elliot Borge. And for the Titans, number 6, Jonathan Stanley. And number 13, Tanner Freund.
Ryan Hanna, the captain of the forward line for the Titans, will get a brief break, as will Sean Bullinger. They exit the pitch. Stanley re-enters for the Titans as well, the starter on that front line. For the Thunder, Josh Clark will get a bit of a brief rest, as coming on is Elliot Borge to maintain his spot in the middle. Here's Parr trying to come back and win it, but he's sent to the turf. Won instead by Danny Coben. Played into Corbeil Wild. Here comes Borge. Oh, there's a foul, and it's going against the Thunder as Corbeil Wild came on. So Redmond will come on and try to take the kick. This free kick in the Titan offensive half. Instead, they'll drop it back and make a set piece out of it. And Alex Holmes. Got plenty of distance between Holmes and the box, but Alex will get to it with the right foot, sends it pretty deep, and it's going to be a header by Pavlak to keep it into the air. Still loose at the top of the 18. Borge now a few volleyed of headers. There's a chance to shoot. It's with the left foot, looking for that near post, but sending it wide is Hans Becker, and Hans really got some good juice to that shot. But Seeger was able to cover up that near side post well and was able to read it wide.
And for the Thunder, number 9, Stephen Goltz.
Stephen Goltz re-enters for the Thunder. He'll get some last-second instruction from assistant coach Garrett Berline. Garrett Berline, as well as Joel DeLoss, the assistant coaches on the staff, and Glenn Eggert, the goalkeeping coach for the Thunder, and assisting Mike Giuliano. This ball goes high into the air. Coming down with it is Stanley. Stanley working on the way his right side. Here comes Borge running up his back to try to win possession, and it works out because Elliott gets it back to Fernandez. Fernandez goes far sideline for Anthony as he's in the defensive half, now making a run up toward the midfield stripe, trying to hit Hollingsworth. Marshall was unable to get to it in time. The defense was there first, sliding and tapped by Hollingsworth to keep it in play. Marshall does, but it's over the out-of-bounds line. It will be throwing for the Titans. Under 15 minutes, 14:20 to be exact, remain in regulation here between the Titans and the Thunders. Ball's thrown in far side, trying to keep it in place. Anthony goes off of him though, out of bounds. Another Oshkosh throw coming up. A couple of substitutions on that top line for the Titans. It's Vance on that far side. Coming through now, working against Fernandez, dribbling himself in toward the box, and his cross in toward the middle is blocked, and nicely done by Fernandez and Lynn combined, and sent along into the Thunder offensive half, but well out of bounds. Will be throwing for Marks and the Titans. So the home and home continues between these two teams, Oshkosh and the Thunder. Of course, we went up to Oshkosh last year. Got the 1-0 victory up there around the same time of year. Here's ball's cut up by Corbeil Wild. This ball game here, though, is 1-1, so we won't have the same result. Not the exact same, that is. Here's Anthony, defensive half. Noah touches to Borge. Borge in the middle. Will change field and rotate it here to Matt Hussey in the back. Hussey advances on up near sideline for Blackman. Couple of jerseys to worry about here. Now Adam working with it. Got his left arm curled around the defender. Slides it on up, looking for Stephen Goltz. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Thunder. Blackman to take it. Will advance it on to Stephen Goltz. John Clark in the vicinity as well. Tough to tell from our perspective what's going on in that near side corner, but it'll be out of bounds for a Thunder throw at the edge of the attacking third. Hussey says, let me take it, and Matt will take it. And he takes it quickly. They play it back and forth toward the end line, crosses in toward the box, punched in high into the air toward the top of the 18. Coming over. Now here's Borge. Borge turns around with the right foot. Borge in the corner of the box. Borge working his way at the very edge. Now sends it home across. Nobody there, though. Comes all the way back to Anthony. Anthony dribbles his way forward. Now Noah keep dribbling, slicing his forward into the top of the 18. No foul there. We play on. It's cleared back into the Thunder defensive half. Scoots over the midfield stripe. Fernandez coming over. Fernandez into the middle for Pavlak. Fernandez, Anthony, Pavlak, and Hussey still remain the defensive line as Blackman goes into the air. No whistle there as it just goes out of bounds, and it'll be a Thunder throw. Probably
should have been. Thunder, number 20, Kevin Skinker, and number 15, Josh Clark.
Should have been a Thunder free kick from there. That wasn't called, and then if that wasn't called, it would have been a Titan throw, but that wasn't called either. It's a Thunder throw, so here's Goltz. Goltz touches in toward the middle for Borge, well outside the goal. Skinker re-enters, and he's in now. Skinker sends it in toward the top of the 18. Clark, oh, a beautiful back heel, but Goltz couldn't control possession. Clark gets in front, trying to play it toward Blackman. Blackman gets in front. He's ready. He's trying to shoot. Oh, that's a handball, though, against Adam when he got in front of that cross. So Blackman called for the handball, and he unleashed a shot that was well high anyway, but who knows if we would have had a chance to play on exactly what may have been. 11 minutes in regulation. It's been a good battle between these two teams, and really the offensive possession has balanced itself out, especially here in the second half between the Titans and the Thunder. Two quality programs, one CCIW and one from the WIAC. This ball's punched across it, and out of bounds will be a Thunder throw in the defensive half. Off of the leg of Tanner Freund, or Fruend rather, the junior from Eagle River. Ball sent in. Blackman, a helping header, looking for Goltz. Goltz sends it high into the air, skips once to the turf. Blackman trying to make a charge on it. Cleared high by Messerly. Messerly into the middle, looking for Colby Wild. Now retreating back as Hollingsworth, trying to win possession of Fernandez. Protects it to Anthony. Noah back to Steven. Steven in the offensive. The two transfers working back and forth. Now coming back in toward the middle is Borge, touched away there. Fernandez comes back over to scissor kicking into Lynn in the middle circle. It's deflected away. Steven gets it back, rolls it far side to Anthony. Anthony on his left foot chips it forward. Getting in front is Redmond with a header to advance it back. It's just going back and forth in the middle third, the last few sequences. Send it toward the middle circle. Borge comes over with the left foot. Lynn directs a header in toward Pavlak. Pavlak will help it near side as he rolls it to Skinker. Skinker chops it down with the right foot to Borge. Borge had it go off his shin. Reads it back to Blackman, though. Kevin goes near side and will get a throw out of it as he rips it off the legs of Curbs. Play that near sideline, trying to turn the corner as Stephen Goltz can't do it out of bounds. LB Blackman comes over with the throw. Adam slides over. He's got Borge near side. He will go to Elliott. Elliott thought about retreating back. Now we'll leave it for Adam again. Slide tackle keeps it away from Blackman's possession. Blackman is able to win it back, though. Turns the corner around once. Now trying to go end line again. Shove it off the ball. Gets it back. Cuts his way in toward the box. Steps over the ball again. Cuts his way in toward the 6. He's still got it. Shoots! Oh, and it hit the inside of the crossbar and was sent away. That would have been an amazing goal. It's seriously
into the game for the Titans, number 9, Ryan Hanna, and number 11, Sean
of the
Bollinger.
crossbar, but it seemed to get the goal side part of the crossbar. But somehow or other, that bounce took it away from the goal line instead of forward. Oh man, that would have been an amazing goal for Blackman. He's got two hands on his head. Can't believe that effort didn't result in a goal. It very well could have, perhaps should have. But it still keeps us at 1-1. There's Joey Lynn now, trying to resist a counterattack as Ryan Hanna's back into the game. Hanna making a sprint up. He's tripped up. That's going to be a out-of-bounds throw-in for the Thunder. Anthony will come over to take it. Noah fires it forward. 8 minutes to go in regulation, tied at 1. Advancing up, Hollingsworth gets it front with a big block as it trickles its way into the keeper at the top of the 18. And Nick Berry. Berry will set it on down and kick it forward. Berry gets to it with the right foot. Over the midfield stripe it comes. And now Lynn rises into the air for the header. Answering back with the header to win possession. Now here comes Redmond. Redmond advances near side for Bullinger. Bullinger brings it with the right foot. Gets it to Hanna on the left side. Hanna dribbles his way inside. We'll leave it back for Redmond. Redmond a chance to send it over toward the face. Looking for his teammate there. A chance to shoot at the top of the 6 there. Not going to be there. It's going to be last touch by the Titans over the end line, so Ryan Seeger will have a goal kick here. Come up on the 7-minute mark. Ryan Seeger now controls at the top of the 6, sends it on forward. Headed away once. Anthony tried to rise into the air to win it and found himself stuck on the shoulders of Chris Kuth. It's out of bounds for a Titans throw.
I'm yelling about nothing.
Titans will have a throw on that far sideline. Send it in, coming over Fernandez, rising into the air. Now another by Anthony. It's out of bounds. Another Oshkosh throw. 6.5 to go. Marks will be the man to come over and take it. Only a handful of offensive opportunities remain for each side if they want to find the late winner before the end of regulation. It's thrown in toward the 18. Clark finds it, advances on, looking for Blackman on the full clearance. Blackman is able to get to it. He's being pulled off the ball. Adam does get to it, and there goes the whistle. It's foul called against. Now Blackman going to extra shoving with him and Alex Holmes. But a free kick to be taken. It's taken quickly as they find Skinker. Skinker dribbling his way in toward the box. Skinker still dribbling as he tries to work around Redmond toward that end line. Redmond shielding himself off the ball. Skinker keeps it in play and rifles it toward the frame where it's picked up by the keeper, Barry. So a good run by Skinker to be able to keep it in play. It goes high in toward the middle. Borge, header once. We'll try to have to win it again. It's won instead by the Titans on that second ball. And Fernandez gets it to Anthony on that far side. Coming around, good effort here. Strong effort by Hanna to win possession. Now Bullinger about 20 yards out. He'll go with a left-footed shot. Pavlak sustained the brunt of that force, but turned it away, and it goes out of bounds. Another Oshkosh throw as they get to Redmond. Redmond on the left foot, going back and forth with Hanna. Back to Redmond as he works himself toward the top of the 18. Clark shouldering him off the ball, and Borge coming with the right foot to clear it away out of trouble. High header by the defensive line of Coben. Coming back into the middle circle for Stephen Golds. Chops it to the turf once. We'll try to turn it back around, but Marks is there with the right foot to clear and send it forward. Hollingsworth coming quickly over to force the issue with Bullinger, who advances it up the pitch toward the corner of the 18 to Ryan Hanna. Hanna turning it around, or excuse me, that's Brugioni back in toward the middle. Now Hanna possesses on his right leg. Anthony gets in front. Corbeil Wild also there. Good step. Something's going to happen here. Oh, Hanna's got a chance as he goes end line, tries to set it in toward the middle. It's over the end line. Corner kick coming up.
Titans corner kick.
Dan Pavlak looking to the sideline, asking for that substitution. Pavlak will have to come out here. Pavlak gonna have to come out for injury and send somebody back in. We'll see who they send in. But if they don't have it ready in time, the lead referee is just going to have to blow it in. And Steven Russo will have to come into the game.
And for the Thunder, number 18, Steven Russo.
So Pavlak just forced himself off the pitch because of injury, not feeling like he can go much in this final 4.5 minutes. Thunder defense will have to hold strong without him. It's looped in and rising high is Clark to cut off that screaming line drive in the box. Possessed by Marks, 40 yards out. Hollingsworth gets in front, and it's off of Hollingsworth out of bounds for another Titan throw. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remain. Ball's advanced toward that near side corner, kept in play. Skinker is there though, and he'll turn it around with the right foot. Goltz trying to find Josh Clark with that header. Now Redmond turning around in the middle circle. Back and forth it goes outside the circle. Clark trying to possess. Defensive half, Russo rises in the air looking for the header. Redmond comes back on it, and Blackman slices it in the direction of Josh Clark, touched away by the Titan defense, trickling its way, and it will be out of bounds for a Thunder throw now in the defensive half. Final 3.5 minutes of regulation. Wheaton looking for the late winner. Can they find it? Throw in for Blackman. It's got Skinker near side if he wants him. Instead, he goes back and forth with Borge. Blackman dribbles his way in toward the 18, crosses in on the ground, looking for a chance to follow up and shoot, but cleared away out of bounds by the defense instead. Not a bad idea by Blackman, changing the variety of the look, crossing it in on the ground that time. Borge, good backheel for Skinker, sends it in toward the top of the 18. Dribbled in by Clark. It was a handball on Josh Clark. There at the top of the 18. So free kick, final 3 minutes of regulation. Both sides trying to get this one over and done with. Here's Lynn rising the header. We've already had one double overtime draw today, and that was the Thunder. Here's Hanna, gets himself into the box, chance to shoot, but he sails it. That could have been the one for Ryan Hanna, but it wasn't there. 2.5 minutes to go. Seeger will need an extra ball to work with here. Ball boy coming from that far sideline to give it back to him. Of course, we're in a tied 1-1 situation, so the clock does not have to stop really for either side. Seeger comes up with it, lines one down over the midfield circle. Rising is Lynn for it, instead controlled by Kurth the other way. Back and forth it goes, possessed by Bullinger. Bullinger trying to advance it. Fernandez, a good run to cut off his man and send it back in the tight defensive half. Couple of volleyed headers. Now Lynn finds the ball at his feet across the bringing over to the middle field circle. Gets it to Blackman. Adam touches his way back in toward the middle. Blackman sleeves his way, looking for the through ball for Stephen Gold, so he tried to win it with a touch header to himself. When possession just couldn't do it. Final 90 seconds. Chad Musgraves will enter, if he can't, the next available opportunity. Here's Russo coming on hard to win the header. Russo really coming in cold to come in for Pavlak. Not a time substitution, but Dan needed somebody quickly to come in for him as he was motioning to the bench, as he often does for that substitution. Just prior to that corner kick. So on that far sideline, here comes Josh Clark trying to win possession to himself. He can't. Redmond sends it on forward, looking for a man. Hannah's in the vicinity, but Russo clears it away with a header as we're into 1 minute to go.
1 minute. There is 1 minute remaining in regulation.
Back into the Wheaton defensive half. The ball hits the green, and coming over is Blackman to touch it with his chest and win possession to himself. Blackman dances his way in toward the right channel, now in toward the middle. Shoved off the ball, gets it to Borge. Elliott turns it around, keeps possession to himself. Still's got it. Will feed it to Lynn near side. Lynn will help it on to Skinker. Skinker will have to retreat to come back and get it. Skinker will look to dribble his way to out of bounds, and it goes out of bounds. It will be. No, Skinker still brings it in play. Skinker shielded off the ball. Kevin going to try to come back and get it, but he's shielded away from it. It goes over the end line. Goal kick coming up in the final 25 seconds. Just looking to set up this kick. That'll be Holmes, rather, will make the play, and there will be the final
10,
sequence
9,
of the
8,
90 minutes of
7,
regulation as
6,
it's turned away
5,
out of bounds.
4, 3,
And it
2,
will be it.
1.
Well, we've
That's the
already
end of
had
regulation. The score remains tied at 1-1. They will have a
extra
brief
time.
intermission and then a 10-minute overtime.
And November 3rd is a Saturday. That's when the CCIW tournament is scheduled to be. Will the Thunder host? We sure hope they do. Last year, they had to go to North Park.
You guys have time stats at all?
All right, we're back ready for the first overtime period of play between Wisconsin Oshkosh and the Thunder of Wheaton College. We're tied at 1 after 90 minutes. Minute 91 begins now. This ball played into Blackman. Thunder will move left to right now as they were at the end of that second half. Ball played into the defensive half. Russo coming over to cut it off. So Russo continues to be on the pitch instead of Pavlak. So we'll see how Dan is feeling, if he ever is able to make it back in or not. But Russo does a fine job in his place. Ball headed away, out of bounds. Titans will have a throw at the edge of the attacking third. Coming over to make it here is Holmes. Holmes hesitates once and twice, so good. Helping ball in, looking to try to get a shot off. Coming over hard, though, is Borge in the middle. Now clearance by Fernandez, and now Russo with the left foot finally gets a full clearance out of it. Hollingsworth working against a man is able to win it back to Blackman. Blackman looks up the pitch, sprints his way up. Will send a high, long left footer in the direction of Musgraves, who's on the pitch as well. So Anthony, Fernandez, Russo, and Skinker left to right along the back in the middle. Borge,
May your attention
Josh
due to the
Clark
overtime.
and John
Tonight's
Clark.
clinic following the game has been canceled.
So, and now, and at the top, Borge Hollingsworth, Blackman, and Chad Musgraves. This ball trickles all the way back to Seeger in the back, and he calmly gets the right foot to it, sends it on that near side. Ooh, but not enough possession for Anthony. Here comes Fernandez being shoved off the ball by Hanna. Hanna wins it back to Bullinger. Bullinger turning it around, looking for a through ball far side, but it's over the end line. Seeger will have a goal kick coming up. Again, golden goal in the overtime period, so first one to score wins for either the Thunder or the Titans. Wheaton looking to improve to 8-3-2, and Oshkosh trying to get to their 6th win. They're at 5-1-3 at the moment. Wheaton at 7-3-2 at the moment, and be a nice regional pickup as well for Wheaton. This ball is now in the top of the midfield stripe, going to be thrown in from there. Helped on by Musgraves, looking for Hollingsworth. Cleared away by the defensive Oshkosh, but it's out of bounds before they can keep it back in play. Russo will send it back on over. Anthony will take the throw. Wind is blowing a little bit from left to right as we see as the CCW flags are blowing across from us in the press box. Here's Hanna in the middle, so that just makes it even that much more colder. The temperature has dipped down to the high 30s. Blackman now advancing. Here's Borge into the back for Fernandez. Steven brings it across the midfield stripe, touches with the right foot. Good read made by Coben to find him. Trying to make a through ball for Ryan Hanna, but the side judge was on it, called him offside before he was able to make that possession and dribble in towards Seeger. So 3 minutes into overtime period number 1. Thunder will have a free kick. They take it quickly. Fernandez to Borge, rolls it near side. Holmes coming over to slide tackle. Blackman was able to get it though to Skinker. Skinker goes into the middle for Josh Clark. Clark on his right foot brings it in, fires a left-footed shot in. Oh, and it just sails a little high. That's a tough angle to get a shot off, and Josh Clark nearly pulled off the winner. And it would have been a stylish one at that. But it's sent over the crossbar. The fully extended keeper was Nick Berry, and is either going to hit Berry or the crossbar. Instead, sailed them both and went a little high, but a great effort by Josh. 6.5 to go here in this first overtime. There'll be a goal kick coming up, and these last couple goal kicks have been taken by the defender Alex Holmes, the sophomore. Borgeson gets into it. Or really, I should say it's been by Danny Coben. Or Messerly, rather. Messerly working alongside Coben. This ball is advanced by Skinker, trying to fit Clark. Clark does get to it and flicks it on for Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth makes himself known in the middle, now plays into the middle for Elliot Borge. Borge thought about turning it around with a shot instead. Feeds Musgraves outside the box. Chad turning it back in toward the 6. It's headed away by the defense. Comes in through for Josh Clark. Clark with the right foot helps it back in the direction. Oh, touched by Blackman. A half bicycle attempt there without leaving his feet. Going behind, and it was picked up and saved by the keeper, Nick Berry. Here's Borge now possessing in the middle circle, trying to slide a pass on, but it's deflected away, and Marks advances it on up the pitch, gets to Carroll's. Carroll's far sideline, turns it around, goes back to Marks at the midfield stripe, far sideline. Marks trying to advance it up, and he hits Stanley. Stanley had it for a brief moment, tried to play it in the back, but fell down. Borge spins this one down in the direction of Blackman. Blackman shoved off the ball, punched away, and it'll be a Thunder throw. Blackman will take it. He hits Hollingsworth, cutting his way across to that near sideline. Hollingsworth turning around, trying to make a move, has been shoved off the ball, trying to win possession. No whistle there, and it'll just be a simple goal kick. Hollingsworth was being pulled down off the ball.
Who's Sean there, right? Who's 11?
Being pulled into the middle circle now, Fernandez in the defensive half. Hanna, whistle blows, and it's a foul against Oshkosh. And the sidelines are not appreciative of the calls of the officials out there. Coach Wheaton Molinar has been in the ear of the lead referee all night long. Fernandez trying to advance it up for Hollingsworth. Oh, Hollingsworth just got sent to the turf without the ball, and no one saw it. Oh, he just took a shoulder to the chest and fell down, and there was no call. Hollingsworth coming over to talk to the lead referee, and how did you not see that? That was blatant. Over the midfield stripe into the defensive half for Fernandez. Steven comes up with it, looking for a long through for Blackman. Blackman working against his man. Blackman trying to keep it in play and just won't be able to do it. Throw in coming up for the Titans. 3.5 minutes to go here in overtime period number 1. Non-conference matchup between Wheaton and University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Blade near side, goes out of bounds, so it'll be a Thunder throw. John Clark takes it from Skinker. John Clark bringing his way in toward the box, being shoved off the ball by Hanna. Comes back near side, Blackman looking to step, gets it to John Clark. Clark with the right foot tried to slide it forward, no one at home, touched away. Coming back is Hanna with the ball on his right foot. Skinker cuts off that pass attempt though on the near sideline, rolls it all the way back for Russo. Russo into the middle, oh, his pass was too much and it's intercepted. Coming back the other way, but he gets a nice step and takeaway and redeems himself on that possession, but now his pass the other way is taken away and Oshkosh continues possession. Step by John Clark, not there. Coming back the other way with Anthony getting it to Musgrave, so a weird sequence there. Russo with the mistake and then redeemed himself with a good step and takeaway, and then Oshkosh still had a chance and a no foul call, and when it's all said and done, the Thunder possession the other way with 2.5 minutes to go. Retreated into the back for Russo, plays it back into the middle for Borge, advancing it up a couple of yards. Elliott turns it on his right foot to Josh Clark. Clark turning it back into Elliott. Elliott swings it wide, trying to find Blackman, shoved to the turf. That's a foul. Tripped up, going one-on-one against Alex Holmes. There's no way you couldn't call that one. A couple of substitutions coming up at the next available moment for Coach Vitsa Molomar and the Titans of Oshkosh. Set piece though for the Thunder. Anthony to take it. No approaches, 30 yards out, slides it forward. It's a good ball, helping enter toward the goal. Oh, and it's wide by half a foot.
In the game for the Titans, number 7, Chris Kurth, and number 8, Hans Becker.
Oh, such a good ball. What a ball by Anthony, and such a good header that everyone was caught looking and hoping that it wasn't going in if you were an Oshkosh fan, and for the Thunder, just the opposite. It was inches away from being the winner here with 1.5 minutes remaining in the first overtime. Sent forward, hitting the turf once. A couple of substitutions. We mentioned number 8, number 7 re-enter, Hans Becker and Chris Kurth. Another whistle blows. This time it goes against the Thunder as we approach the final 60 seconds of overtime period number 1. Again, if
1 minute, there's 1 minute remaining in the first overtime.
After these 60 seconds, if it remains where we're at, then we will have a brief 2-minute break, and then overtime period number 2 with the same rules applying. 10 minutes and golden goal rules. Holmes approaches to send it forward toward the box. It's a low liner, and Clark does an easy job to clean it up, but now Redmond's got it, trying to send it back in toward the box. Borge is up there with a header. Now bringing it down and sending it over to the near side corner is Becker. Borge comes on with man on pressure. Becker clears it away, and Skinker hits it over the end line. So it's going to be a corner kick, and now the best opportunity of the night here in the final 25 seconds. They get it in, but Borge clears it away. Coming back over is Hollingsworth to finally get a chance to clear. He dribbles himself toward the 18, now turns it around with the right foot and clears it away and out of bounds. So that last corner kick shouldn't do any harm as we're 10 seconds away.
10, 9,
It'll be a throw-in for Oshkosh.
7, 6,
and he'll just fire it into Redmond. Redmond turning with Blackman, and that's the way the first overtime will come to an end.
That's the end of the first overtime. The score remains tied at 1. We'll have another 2-minute intermission, followed by another 10-minute overtime.
Over the Texas Rangers with a chance to advance and play the New York Yankees. All right, we're just about ready for the final 10 minutes between Wisconsin-Oshkosh and Wheaton. What a great D3 men's soccer matchup it's been so far. A great night for it as well. Homecoming weekend here on the campus of Wheaton College. The Thunder, of course, renaming ceremony for the baseball facilities tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Lee Fun Stadium. And it will be unveiled, so we'll be on there for that, followed by the alumni game. And then at 1 o'clock, the Wheaton Thunder football team takes on Carthage College. The men's and women's soccer teams already defeated Carthage earlier this week. Now the football team has a chance to do it themselves. Here's the ball played into the forwards. Hollingsworth trying to win it. Played into the back of the Titans now. Marks advances it near side. on the left foot. Anthony comes back to win it, though, gets it to Borge. Borge trying to give it back, rolls it with a right foot, is able to play it back into the middle for Musgraves. Musgraves turns it around, hits Fernandez, who will have to retreat all the way back and just get back to Seeger. Seeger's on his right foot, punches it forward, looking for Blackman, rising up to the challenge. Here's John Clark now collecting the rebound. Blackman getting it back at the midfield stripe. Adam on his left foot, changing field, and gets enough on it to hit Anthony. Anthony slides it forward to Borge. Borge steps over once, decides to play it behind him and go into the middle for Blackman. Blackman thought about advancing diagonally. Now goes himself, dribbles himself about 25 yards out, just outside of the 18. Now fires a right-footed shot / cross, but not much on it. Not sure if anybody was making a run through or not. And the keeper comes out to make a play on it, Nick Berry. Berry, a high right-footed boot into the black sky as it falls down between a couple of Thunder players, and now Russo comes back with a header. Clark gets to it. Josh on his right foot. Sends it forward, looking for it through to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth has it for a brief moment, had touched away outside the 18. Marshall turns around, looking to drop to Josh Clark. He splits, he got a chance to shoot, shoots, scores! And that is a Wheaton winner. Thunder 2, Titans 1. And it comes in the 102nd minute of play at Joe Beach Stadium. And that's going to send a homecoming crowd home happy. Naturally, Josh Clark, a 5th goal of the year. The assist from Marshall Hollingsworth. The Thunder win it 2-1 in style. How about it, folks? The orange and blue go to 4-0 on the pitch at Joe Bean Stadium here in 2012. University of Wisconsin Oshkosh played tough. Their overall record drops to 5-2-3. The Thunder
goal of the game winner
is
scored number 15, Josh Clark. His 5th goal of the season. He assists to number 11, Adam Blackman. Clark from Blackman.
Well, it was a wonderful ball game.
At 1 p.m. the Thunder football team takes on Carthage in the annual homecoming
of course,
game.
got on the board first for the Thunder. That 14th minute goal for Wheaton.
The Thunder will next be in action at Joe Bean Stadium on October 13th.
This ball game ends off the right foot of Josh Clark as Marshall Hollingsworth is able to bring it back and put a beautiful touch pass back to Josh Clark, chopping through the defense. Clark approached it, knew that he just had one chance to beat the keeper with a right-footed shot, and he had plenty of goal to work with, and he punched it past the keeper, Nick Berry, and was able to get it. And that would be the winner, 2-1, as the Thunder went in and advanced to 4-0 at Joe Bean Stadium. We'll be joined here in a moment by head coach Mike Giuliano to talk about the victory and the season overall. The way this ball game went, really back and forth, and see his gauge on how his team performed. But the Thunder, regardless of any way you look at it, they've come out on top 2-1, really in a hard-fought ball game, and not a bad way to get a victory, especially in overtime. But it's a good one. Wheaton will take a victory in any form that they can get it in. An overtime one has got to be a sweet one at that. Of course, the winner coming off the foot of Josh Clark, as assisted by Marshall Hollingsworth. As now we're currently joined by Thunder head coach Mike Giuliano. Coach, being the homecoming weekend game here on a Friday night, and a cold one at that here early in October, but not a bad way to get a win.
Yeah, love the way that we fought. Love the way that we fought. Certainly got a lot of... Okay, it was fine until then, as far as what I can hear.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, love the way that we fought. Love the way that we came back. But Judy, we got to find a way to protect leads. That's just that's an ongoing challenge for us. But to get a win, they're very, very good. The scout reports I got on them was that they were a bit down this year. I don't know what team they're talking about. That's extremely well coached. I'll be shocked if the shot total wasn't somewhat even. Very impressive team, very well coached team, and if we could have a nice run here and play in November, I wouldn't be surprised to see them again. And
not an easy game by any stretch, especially coming off the 2 ball games that you just had to open up CCIW play between North Park and Carthage. Even though this was non-conference, still a really challenging one, but how sweet is it to not only get the win, but to protect the undefeated record at home this year?
Yeah, it's great. We talked about, I said, guys, you can live in the moment because you're 19 years old, but when you're my age, you know that memories are special and important. And I said, one of the memories you'll remember is if you're able to protect the perfect sheet at home, you're going to be proud of that, because that's not been done for quite a while at Wheaton. And so far so good. We got a lot of tough games at home left, but so far so good.
Now, about the defense in particular and protecting those leads, is there anything particular that you tell your guys or need to work on in practice to shore it up?
Well, I think here's what happens. I think it happened. It happens once in the North Park game. And now suddenly we're thinking about it when we get a lead. We don't realize we're thinking about it, but then so if you look at each goal, there's no one person that's doing it. There's no one particular thing. It's not like it's all long balls. It's all over the map, and because of that, it's just something we got to get out of our system, and we'll be fine. The fact is, I think that this is one of our better defensive teams, and I think we'll sort it out and be fine.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time. Congrats on the victory,
so
and enjoy the rest of your homecoming weekend. Nice scarf, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So the Thunder get this win in double overtime in the 102nd minute, a winning goal by Josh Clark on the assist by Marshall Hollingsworth, just inside the 6-yard box, brought it home, and then fired a shot in from 12 yards out and put it in the back of the net. So the Thunder get the homecoming win here on this cold Friday night in October, final of 2-1. Final statistics here: Thunder outshot Oshkosh 17-13, and 7 shots on goal for the Thunder as opposed to 2 for the Titans. Ryan Siegert made 1 save, and of course the other was a goal off the foot of Evan Krause in the 56th minute. Josh Clark gets the winner in the 102nd, followed by the first goal by Adam Blackman, his 7th of the year in the 14th minute, assist by Noah Anthony, his 7th assist. So the Thunder get the win 2-1. And Oshkosh called for 16 fouls. The Thunder called for 12 of their own. The Thunder win the corner kick battle 8-7. We mentioned the shot total 17-3. All right, so Wheaton improves their record to 8-3 and 2 overall, and especially 4-0 at home. I mentioned Coach Giuliano thought that was something to be proud of for his players to keep shooting higher for. Keep that perfect record at home and keep it unblemished. So the Thunder give up a 1-0 lead, but they come back and win it 2-1, and they've won 2 in a row now as they look to North Central next Wednesday night. Our next broadcast will be on Monday at 7 o'clock as the Wheaton women's soccer team plays again right here against